We're going to begin with President Obama's surprise visit to Afghanistan and those overnight attacks in Kabul. NBC's Atia Abawi is there. Atia, good morning to you.
Good morning, Savannah. Well, the Taliban have claimed responsibility for an attack on a Western compound in Kabul this morning that killed 6 Afghan civilians and 1 Nepalese security guard. This came just hours after President Obama departed Afghanistan. The Taliban do say that it was in response to the strategic partnership signed last night by the U.S. and Afghan governments.
My fellow Americans, we've traveled through more than a decade under the dark cloud of war. Yet here, in the pre-dawn darkness of Afghanistan, we can see the light of a new day on the horizon.
In a nationally televised speech from Bagram Air Base, President Obama proclaimed an end in sight for the U.S. war in Afghanistan.
1 year ago, from a base here in Afghanistan, our troops launched the operation that killed Osama bin Laden. The goal that I set, to defeat al-Qaeda and deny it a chance to rebuild, is now within our reach.
Earlier, the president was greeted by U.S. military and diplomatic officials here as he began his surprise visit to Afghanistan. He then flew to the capital of Kabul, where he met with Afghan President Hamid Karzi. The two signed a 9-page strategic partnership agreement solidifying the U.S.-Afghan relationship and commitment through at least 2024.
All the help and support the people of the United States and to the people of Afghanistan did it. I thank you for that from the bottom of my heart.
The partnership includes U.S. assurances to assist the Afghans on security, economics, and governance. But it also guarantees Afghan sovereignty. The contract doesn't pledge a specific troop presence, but it does allow the U.S. to keep troops in the country beyond 2014 when the official combat role comes to an end. Those troops will be used to train the Afghan forces and continue the fight on al-Qaeda. In his 7-hour stop, President Obama also met with U.S. service members on base and in the base's hospital, thanking them for their service.
When the final chapter of this war is written, historians will look back and say, not only was this the greatest fighting force in the history of the world, but all of you also represented the values of America in an exemplary way.
A key factor to the strategic agreement is to prove to the Afghans, the Americans, the international community, and even the Taliban that the U.S. is sticking to its word and that it will not abandon Afghanistan after the combat role ends here.